Hello everybody and welcome to Lucky by Nature. I am Beastdaemon and thank you for hanging out with me today. Please show your amazing support by smashing the like button, and if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe so you can get your daily dose of ARK. I do apologize for not putting any videos out in the past few days. I'm happy that Vixen was able to put one up today. So today you actually get 2 videos. With this one, of course, so if you haven't checked hers out, make sure you do. So let's get started with pro tip number 1. Portability is key. And basically what I'm going to show you is I am going to show you how to go and basically have your portable area to make stuff. The best way that I can actually explain it is by showing you. So you need to make sure you have a tent, and then you can set up your little area with whatever it is that you need, like so. And this is going to be important. You don't necessarily need an Anki, but it is nice to have. But what you do need for sure is an RG, because as you know now, you can actually take an RG pretty much anywhere, and it's a portable smithy, so that's kind of nice. And now the RG can carry the Anki without any issues. So what we did here is we just busted a few metal nodes and just some regular stone, and the reason I did the stone is because we need to make ourselves some spark powder. You don't necessarily need to make this, the spark powder. You can also use wood, but just for this I want to use spark powder. But don't forget, you need to also make charcoal, so you could kill 2 birds with one stone, so to speak. Alright, so we got a little bit of spark powder here. So now we're gonna go ahead and use that as our fuel to burn the metal and make ourselves some ingots. But the first thing you want to do, obviously, is make sure that you have the necessary stuff like cementing paste. You need a lot of that, but you can pretty much get that out of any beaver dam. So that's easy enough to deal with. And this is pretty much our little portable little station, I guess you could say. Let me get this guy and put it close by over here. Because the whole idea is, if you're a single player, a solo player in PvP, this is extremely useful. So let's go ahead and take our ingots, and then you can just bring them over to your portable smithy over here, and you can pretty much make whatever it is that you need. But as you can see, I don't have any wood or anything like that in here, which kind of sucks because I can't really make any tools. But typically you would be needing some tools like this, and see, I need some hide and some wood. But this is stuff that you can get easily, especially if you have a pretty decent RG. So anyways, let's go ahead and once you're done with whatever it is that you need to do, let me see, let's take this stuff out. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let me put something back in here, because I want to show you what happens. So once you're done, just go ahead and pick up your tent, and you pick up everything that was inside the tent, and whatever was inside the stuff that was in the tent pretty much falls down. So pretty much anything that you can fit inside the tent, you will be able to pick up, and this was all vanilla stuff. So I think you get the idea. So then you can just move to a different spot. Pro tip number 2, save the Rollie Pollie. And I'm talking about the Dodiki. There's times when you accidentally hit these big guys, and I mean, you could just roll on just like I did there, but if it's trying to hit you, just make sure you go into roly-poly mode, and as you can see, it cannot hit you. See, miss. And you can just wait until it chills out, but I don't know that I want it to chill out, so I can show you a little more here. See, I'm not getting hit at all, and you'll see the numbers go up if I do. Ooh, I almost hit it. And typically it tries to hit you 3 times, but this is not always the case, like this right here. Obviously you're not gonna be able to dodge this guy's bite, so if you are in this situation, the best thing to do is sacrifice yourself. Because if you sacrifice yourself and you die, the Dodeki is gonna end up rolling up once it gets really low on health, and typically any dino will just leave it alone and it will ignore it. Just as you can see, I didn't get a notification that my Dodeki died, so I imagine it's still there. But Giga is yep, I see it over there. Oh no, okay, so yeah, it's not going after my Dodeki, so let's run this way. We're gonna have to go wide to stay out of its range, aggro range. And don't pay attention to all these structures going up. That's just me messing around like usual. But let's go and take a close look here. I imagine that the Dodeki is really low on health. And there it is. So if it does aggro on us while we're trying to take off, you basically do the same thing. I would rather die because I can come right back than have to go and get me another high level Dodeki. That's just silly, because as you know, especially on official, it takes forever. But yeah, let's go ahead and roll on out of here, get away from that beast. Alright, that's pretty much it. So let's move on to tip number 3, getting rid of the clutter. And what I mean by this is, a lot of times when you go out, you're either looking for meat or you're looking for apex stuff, like you know, the stuff that you need for the boss fights. So in this situation, I am looking for venom. So this also works really well with pretty much any venom that you need, even if you go after basils, especially if you go after basils, because you need that you know, that stuff that they drop. Now what I want to mention here is they did fix it to where you can no longer pick up items by simply using your element. So let me eat this guy. As you can see, there's a little baggie there, 2 baggies actually, because I did kill 2 with the lightning. And I have 4 venom here. As you can see, there is no meat. Those 2 chunks of meat there are basically what I already had in there. But see, there's the venom there, and there's the venom there. So that no longer works, so keep that in mind. So you basically have to make sure that you bite when you kill them. You kill it with the bite. This is the only thing that you have to worry about, is when you're dealing with the wyverns. If you use anything else, like a Giga is typically what I would use, or a Rex, then you are okay. And the same thing goes to you know, if you're going on meat runs and you don't want all the junk in there and constantly having to throw all the junk out, then you basically do the same thing. You go to harvesting settings, and you change it to where you disable the items. Here's another guy, so let's make sure that we kill it with the bite. And see, we picked up all the berries and all that stuff. Of course, you know, that stuff like the berries and the other junk, I mean, you're just gonna have to deal with. But typically what I have more trouble with is all the meat that you pick up. because I'm constantly having to drop all that meat. And here's another guy over here, but I think you get the idea. So that's just a little tip that I think a lot of people just forget about. But anyways, that is it for me. So I'll see you on the next video. So until next time, keep surviving.
My work saved the human race.